Morning, guys.
Morning.
And we're online. All right. So, Spou back in control, but just for this week. So, no panic. Nathaniel will come back next week. Right now, he's taking care of the decoration of the baby's room because he's pregnant right now.
Yeah, he's pregnant.
May doesn't look like it, but he is. I'll hand it out to Carol to start. He actually wrote the script for this morning broadcast. So if you want to go, and I'll step in as soon as I'm compelled to.
So since Nathaniel is not there, there will be no jingles for the different news sections. So we'll start with the announcements.
I can make the Chewbacca sound.
Yeah, but no.
Please don't.
So first thing, we had the competition, or I think it's competition, going on the forums and blog for the selecting two new fragments for one of the new knowledge unit. That contest has now gone to the voting phase, so everyone go there in the forums and vote for the choices that you like. Also related to that, there's a thread going on for skin suggestions and achievement suggestions, so we still need to have more feedback. Some of you have been really great at it, but we need more.
We need you.
Yeah. I should have a nice tap at with that. So what next?
Uncle Kringet. Maybe a short talk about the maintenance of this morning.
Yeah.
It's slightly over. We fixed minor issues in the game, including the fact that you were not able to see enemies' oracle. But the fix is half okay. You will be able to see oracles, but you won't be able to see right off the bat which oracle it is. So for as long as it takes for us to fix the rest of the issue, you have to go into the oracle and then click on the oracle structure in the middle to see the ranking, and from that you will see what alliance's ranking it is, hence what alliance's oracle you're in. So sorry for the mishap, but
is it really a big deal? You can just attack anybody?
You need first to have the visual. So if you're curious to just destroy for the fun of destroying an oracle that is close to your camp or something like that, that's useful. And first you need to have a visual on enemy oracles to attack. Another part of the maintenance is that we simplified the registration process. We're still working on details, but the major part of the change is online right now. So there should be more and more player with the simplified registration process. And those were the major points of this morning maintenance. So we had to delay it a little bit because of rolling internet outage caused by cold temperature in Quebec. Apparently the wires were a little bit too short. You never know what problem you can run into. And if we got minor fixes for the Oracle thing, we might switch the zone off and on rapidly in order to have the full fix. But don't expect a long maintenance later on today. We're done with the big section. What other point we have to discuss?
There was an announcement from the knowledge team, the content team. They really want to stress on if you are not agreeing on a fragment or quiz or stuff in the Genopedia, to tell them, but to also give sources and not just I think that it's not right or something like that, because they put a lot of efforts to get sources, so they expect.
Yeah. First of all, give details on what's wrong in the question or the description of the knowledge or fragments, and give source, so we'll be able to verify. because they are not always right, but they tend to be quite often. So make sure that you have proof and substance to back what you're commenting.
Also, in the announcement part, there's a thread going on in the forums about possible unfair strategy. That is the alliance hopping. What they mean by that is that when you join an alliance, you have a site radius around your allies, and when you leave that alliance, you still have that free exploration. So some people are concerned that it is exploitable. If you think so, and if you want to, you can. Well, we had that discussion with the designer, and at the end of it, we concluded that it gives an advantage, but it was not that significant. So if you want to prove him wrong, do it. That's exactly what we want you to do in a closed beta. We want you to break the game so we can fix it. So go for it.
And we'll likely adjust the radius of the fog we lift on cities and on allies in upcoming games. So it will have an effect on this.
There are many ways to fix that issue. So that's it for the announcements.
I got a challenge accepted, and
that's.
Mayrim is going to break the game. At least try.
That's it. Now that she works for us, is that fine?
Yeah, we actually pay Nathaniel to break the game all the time, so yes, it's okay. And I'm Aaron. I'm glad to be back. Okay, so what do we have other than that?
Previews. I think we can start with the backfire of the chili pepper project. As some of you may know, Nathaniel wanted to film people eating the hottest chili pepper ever.
World's very hottest.
Yeah, so he had bought like 10 pieces or something like that, and he had them tasted by Spou and Phil, and it did not turn quite how they want.
I don't know if we will eventually broadcast, air, or upload on the internet the actual footage of me and Phil eating this scorpion chili pepper. We had one each. We chewed it, we tasted it, we swallowed it, we suffered hell. Our mouth were completely numb at some point. We were swearing both in French and English. He had milk, he think he would feel okay. I was drinking Coke. I think I wouldn't be feeling okay for very long. After a long-lasting 45 minutes or so of enduring the pain in my mouth and throat, I thought I would be sick, and my body was trying its best to get rid of the pepper through the shortest path. And since my body actually succeeded getting rid of the pepper in such way, I felt better for the remainder of the evening. Unfortunately, Phil was not able to get rid of the pepper in a matter of minutes, and I forgot to call him to encourage him to get rid of it. So he felt it the long way and missed a day at the office because he was in pain. So please don't try this at home or anywhere. It was written on the envelope of the peppers to not eat them directly. You had to put them in recipes, and you even had to put gloves to protect your hand while you're handling them. And so we tasted it anyway, and it wasn't that wise to do so. So we did it for you guys. The experience is now complete. I don't know what they would do with the footage, but the aftermath was quite more dramatic than the tasting of the peppers themselves. So that's it for the backfire of the pepper project.
Pepper challenge.
Yeah.
About what's coming next. At the end of this game, actually, right now and last week, we've been crunching numbers on how well you're doing in the game, how well new player are doing in the tutorial, analyzing lots of metrics, and turned out that the tutorial is likely too lengthy and at some point not clear or fun enough to encourage players get on through it all. So we'll be doing some modification in the tutorial and to the opening of the game for upcoming closed beta games. But since we're 15 days from the end of the current game, no, we won't be able to put those changes in effect for the next game. So what will happen is that we will replay a full game at normal speed with the same build that you've been playing for Closed Beta 3. I don't know exactly what name will be chosen for this second execution of the same build of Closed Beta 3. I expect it to be something not sexy like Closed Beta 3.2, or maybe something...
Copy of Closed Beta.
Yeah, maybe. So that's what will happen for the next game. We've included a new feature this morning in the game that allows you to review Genipedia while you're attacking someone. So that's a novelty you'll be able to use for the remainder of the current game. And
only if you get the knowledge.
Only if you have the referred fragment or knowledge. So it's quite a good idea right now to, since we've got this change in, to use questions related to high-level knowledge that people are not likely to have completed, so they won't have access to the Genipedia. Note that the time doesn't pause when you're in the Genipedia from an attack. So that's something new. You'll be able to use it for the entire repetition of Closed Beta 3. And early October, we'll be working as hard as we can. Actually, they will be working really hard. I won't. I'll just be biting their ass if they slow down. But we'll be working together to have this new build ready with the new opening and the change in the tutorial sequence and a few other things. To increase the fun you're having in the game, more play style, because we'll have new, likely we'll have new quests, a new quest style in the game, something related to the fragments and knowledge themselves that forces you to think. So we won't be giving you the exact objective that you need to complete. It will be riddle-like, if you may. So you'll have to prove yourself wise and intelligent to be able to, and a little bit lucky as well, to be able to complete those quests. So that's a new thing that is likely to be in the next fresh game. So not the next game, because we'll be repeating, but the closed beta for the fourth bit of closed beta. After that, we'll look at the metrics again and see what's the next step to.
For the next game, are we going to change some rules, some game rules?
The balancing, we're not questioning the balancing that much. I'll have Max, our designer, to look into the logs, but right now there's nothing alarming that we've seen in the game. So if you feel like some balancing should be adjusted, that again you're capping the knowledge list, and you're topping all the development possibilities of your cities. Let us know if you're feeling like it, or if it's too slow. But right now we're thinking that we think that it's fairly well balanced. So there's no changes taken. Seen a little bit of activity in the chat.
Yeah, they mostly talked about peppers they eat and some.
So discussion about pepper, ass, and the effect of them together.
Beauty Queen.
What?
Beauty Queen?
Beauty Queen?
Yeah.
Alright. Never seen that player on the chat. Or it's Nathaniel from home. That
comment about your... I don't think it's Nathaniel. Comment about the new feature, the Genipedia in attack.
Okay.
And she said, Genipedia while attacking, that better be a lot more than 3 crit.
Yeah,
I think it's
how much
50. 15.
Something like it.
I think.
So yes, it's more, and you'll have to read quick because we don't pose a time. I repeat myself, but that's the sick twist in that. So you won't be able to buy the good answers. Let's say you're attacking someone with the shield power of 5, so you've got 5 questions to answer right. In let's say you're using the biggest attack with a lot of energy, so you have 2 minutes and a half to answer 5 questions. Basically, you have 30 seconds to see the questions, see the answers, go into Wikipedia, look at the text, find the right one, locate the answers, and you all know now that in the case of higher level knowledge and fragments, the answer is not always that easy to spot in the text. So it won't. It's not a pay-to-win feature. It just add up or actually it removes some frustration from the players that don't take the time to read the text before answering. Some of you, a lot of you, actually take notes on knowledge and fragments, but
so instead you can pay us to take notes for you.
Yeah, we're ending the notes when you need them, and thanks you for the credits you invest in that. Alright, so that's for next game.
So,
qu'est-ce qu'on fait au bureau?
Yeah, usually Nath has that section in the
that's
chat.
That's a real section?
What did we do this week? So, yeah, well, it's been pretty slow week. We did bug fixing and mostly work to get the maintenance going.
Yeah, that's a bit unfair. Developers side of the week started off with the day off of Labor Day in Canada and in the US. So we didn't work on Monday, but some of us did. The artists did, working on the new opening of the game. So art department design was quite a busy week, and we're trying to get the best possible design and UI for the new opening and tutorials. But yes, developers side, they were bug fixing. So not a terrible week.
I think you can the FX on.
Right. Or
there's a new user on the food chat. His username is Moras N, and he said, "Go, we want Nath."
Try to be more subtle, Mr. Moras. I don't know how you pronounce it in English.
Moras.
It's gonna be it.
Yeah, Moras.
That's the last name of Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Moras in French. So no pun at all in French. So just funny to say it in English.
So, well, now it's pretty much the question section. We have a lot that were sent in advance by Irel. I'm never sure how he pronounces it. So, unless you guys have more questions, we will start with this list.
They don't, so let's start.
Yeah. So, first question is, I've been sending satellites and they are not showing me any fragments on these cities.
Why?
Well, that can happen if the actual fragment is depleted. Let's say you are sending a satellite to find the Statue of Liberty. Well, it's already been depleted for like 1 week and a half or something like that. So it will not give you a beacon to show you where the statue is because, well, it's useless. You won't be able to analyze it. So it will instead only show you enemy cities that have that fragment. So that's it. Is the knowledge team worried about overexposure for the current fragments question, as most of them have, well, seeing as most of them have come from the previous 2 betas, a lot of the questions are really memorized among the hardcore players. Is there anything they're planning on counteracting this? Well, actually this is more or less of an issue because we already have planned to have rolling knowledge database, if we can say. It's just that we did not do it for the betas, so this issue is kind of linked to the fact that we are still in beta. Just for when we would go into open beta, there's something like 80, I think, new knowledge.
Yeah, about
Something
25%.
like so there will be enough rolling to get hardcore players to always get new stuff.
And
it's just
we'll wait until we have a lot of new players in the game before actually rolling the content. So far, we've only received good comments about the question and knowledge we have in the current version of the game. So yes, maybe a few hundreds of you wise player have memorized a lot of the questions. That changes the game dynamics a little bit, but if a few hundreds over the millions of eventual player that we'll have soon know the answer, I think we're correct with that. So play as much as you can, learn those questions, because a lot of it will still be in the game during fall, and even a good part of it will be there for the next year. So it's like attending school for a long time and repeating the same years. Even though you're wise, you'll be getting really good at it. And so play a lot, learn a lot, and you'll be able to reuse that knowledge in the game and in your real life. Because now you know that you can boost the car battery, putting aspirin in it, and I'm sure most of you didn't know that before playing Genia. Amongst other things.
Yeah.
That's the question about the...
Yeah, the only thing you can do with aspirin is cleaning your window. You'll be just messing with your window. You can try and wash them using aspirin solution, but...
So, another question. In a recent blog post, Miss K mentioned that we should be expecting both vampire and synthesizer fragments. When will they be confirmed for the 4th beta?
No.
As I just said, no. We are keeping them for the open beta phase and then real game. So, yeah. Is there any news on the prizes for those who are ranked first on the individual leaderboards? I think that he was talking about the closed beta 2, in which case if you were eligible for a prize, you should have received an email about it. If you did not, you should send us an email, and we will resend it to you.
Sorry if that happened.
When you talked about the aspirin on the battery car, there's a thread going about the coke that can clean toilets and the coke that can clean the battery contacts.
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
And if you were present at the beginning of the chat, you know that coke can wash hot peppers from human body as well.
Actually, earlier they say it's worse.
It washed my body of it.
Most games now implements a daily reward system to reward players who keep on returning on a daily basis. What are Genia's team view on this? Will they like to implement this? And if so, how will they do it? Well, I've had a talk with Buggling about that, and it's already planned. I don't know for when. And what he wants to do with that is not to put a simple daily reward where you connect and claim it and that's it. He would prefer to have it on some form of quest, like daily quests, to do that thing to get a reward, and tomorrow will be different.
So we're planning on it.
That's what he told me.
I'm quite surprised. I should know.
Given that Given that the more veteran players are now able to answer the majority of the questions in the game, it's starting to become a bit of a raffle with which questions are applicable to your shield. What would you suggest for those who want to add a specific question to their shield but aren't able to because they also already mastered the fragment? Well, try something else. That's pretty much the only thing I can suggest. There's no way to get more questions from a specific fragment once you've mastered it. So if for some reason you really wanted one of the questions, well, you're kinda stuck.
There's not a lot of things that are random in this game, but that's one of the things that is. So every second time or every time you play the game, you never know what question you'll be asked. And not all the players have the same question on the same fragments, as you all know. So that's one thing that can happen. You won't be able to take your favorite question out of fragments and put it in your shield. One of the things you can do if you really, really want a specific question is to fail the knowledge mastery if it's not a question you'd like to put in your shield, even though you know the answer. If you have it wrong and don't pay the retry, you wait the delay, and luckily you'll be asked the question you're so eagerly willing to put in your shield. But personally, I think that it would be dumb, and I don't advise it. But do what you do. I do dumb thing as like eating world lettuce pepper. So I won't fight with you if you want to do dumb things.
In the future, would you allow the ability to add the question to your shield if you've encountered it in attacking with a storm?
That could be great.
Yeah, I think gameplay-wise it could make sense.
Yeah.
For the moment, the way the shield work is kind of sync with the backstory that Bugling had imagined about the Genia universe. So I'm not sure if it will require him to kind of review that.
We'll make sure that
concept
design take notes of the comments and ID, and we'll see what we do with it.
Will there be another competition shortly?
Like what?
Yeah, I'm assuming again that he's talking about the contests that that Miss K is running on her blogs and the forums. If so, yes, there are other contests that they want to run. They are waiting for the current ones to end before, because they just don't want to put everything there and then
be full-time managing competition.
Yeah. I've lost where it was.
To last point.
Okay.
I've already asked Miss K on her blog and got some responses from the knowledge team, but I'm curious what the hosts were. If you had the choice to add 5 of your own knowledge fragments, what would they be and why?
Okay, I guess it's returning the question that we asked the community to ourselves. So what would I like to have as knowledge fragments? I don't know. Stuff about food and mythology, I guess. Because I'm a huge fan of, let's say, Nordic mythology and stuff like that. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I should have read the script before, so I think of something.
What was the question? I was reading.
If you were to like invent fragments, what would they be about?
Video games.
Yeah,
could be great.
Yeah, and I just won't mention the first ideas that I
so
come to my
obvious
mind.
that I could think of.
Let's go to the next question.
Yeah, last question. Now that the exploring quests have been extremely difficult in this beta, will you keep them the same way, or are you planning to changing them? When I asked Bugling about that, he said that current costs are kind of what he was expecting, but are giving the results that he wanted, so that the progression is more in line with the duration of the game. Is not sure about taking them lower, is more thinking about giving a bit more energy production at low level and maybe reducing the one at higher level so that you have more actions to do in low game and about the same number of actions in the high end of the game. That's pretty much what he told me.
Don't expect major changes there shortly. we're tweaking right now.
That's it for our results.
Marastan asked is Philip alive? Because he wasn't there at the beginning.
He's alive.
Phil is doing good, Nathaniel, even though you tried to kill him with your poison. He was back at the office yesterday, and Claire was suggesting different shamans medication this morning to help his liver, because he's here but not feeling fully, he's not recovered fully from what you've done to him. And I think he hates you a lot from what you tried. You should have warned him and didn't let him eat those peppers.
That's why he leave today. He was afraid of Philip.
Yeah, you don't want to confront Phillips.
The BB room was only a cover-up.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's.
He doesn't look so pregnant.
No.
I don't think he's really expecting.
So, does anybody else have questions?
Looks like there is action. I don't know if there is a question.
Yeah. Talks about pepper.
I take it that people like peppers.
Yeah, peppers.
Peppers,
Okay.
peppers.
And salsa.
Babies and peppers.
Don't mix them
babies.
together. I don't think it's a good idea.
Anyway, so was fun to be back with you guys.
There's a question about
check this out.
Bradley Manning. We have a. How do we scroll on that thing? Okay.
2 fingers.
2 fingers.
Like it? You like it?
Okay, it's the opposite way. You feel sometimes I gotta find the question. It's about the information leakage.
Hopefully it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still want to know if Bradley Manning in the information leakage fragment will be renamed as Chelsea, as per his wishes.
Do you know anything about it?
No.
You?
No.
So we're clueless about this one.
I think it's something about when he was judge or something like that. He asked to be called Chelsea. But I'm not quite sure about it, so I don't know.
But that's good stuff to comment. Information we have in the game. So just contact the intelligent people with your comments. Give context and sources.
Maras N said, "Don't let Yoshi handle the chat. He can't read." So, that's mean.
He can read. He just can't scroll that well. We'll be practicing this afternoon. Just scrolling without a mouse.
Okay, so the question about the Bloody Manning will be sent to Jason, one of our brilliant people.
Yeah.
So we maybe cover that next show.
Yeah. So us dumb people can keep doing our stuff.
We'll go and do what we do best.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for attending. Next week we'll have Nathaniel back in control, but I'll be watching him closely, making sure that he's not too silly, if possible. And I don't know which of you two gentlemen will be with us doing the chat.
It's the 13th?
Yeah, like next week.
Anyway, no, I won't be there.
We'll discuss of it
Yeah.
offline. So have a nice week. Play a lot. Enjoy the game a lot. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.